Hoy en Fresno State Focus escuchamos cómo se sienten nuestras graduadas latinas antes del día de graduación.
Y más, sobre nuestros latinos en Fresno State, aprendemos por qué el porcentaje de latinos estudiando Masters ha bajado.
Además, aprendemos sobre el departamento de italiano y las clases que están ofreciendo este próximo semestre. Fresno State Focus comienza ahora. Hola y bienvenidos a todos, yo soy Abraham Cruz.
Y yo, Nathan Ortiz. Este es nuestro último programa del semestre y les traemos esta primera parte en español.
La ceremonia de graduación chicano-latina ya está cerca y los estudiantes dieron un paso más en su preparación al recoger sus bandas de gerencia y artículos especiales. La entrega fue el 30 de abril a 1 de mayo, pero quienes no podían ir todavía podrán hacerlo después del ensayo.
La época de graduación ha llegado y con eso viene mucho orgullo en nuestra comunidad latina. Este año está proyectado que hayan más de 1,000 graduados latinos representando todos los departamentos escolares de nuestra universidad. Yo les comparto cómo se sienten unas de nuestras graduadas latinas antes del gran día de graduación.
Otro año lleno de orgullo y éxito latinoamericano aquí en la Universidad Estatal de Fresno. Estudiantes representando diferentes naciones latinas están celebrando sus metas y graduaciones. Victoria Picasso, una alumna mexicana, comparte cómo se siente siendo una graduada de primera generación.
Me siento muy orgullosa siendo estudiante de primera generación, dando el ejemplo a mis hermanos y mi familia.
El año pasado, la universidad reportó que 3,274 latinos recibieron títulos. Para celebrar esta diversidad, graduados de países latinos pueden comprar sus estolas que representan sus países. Yo soy parte de la gran comunidad latina aquí en Fresno State y me siento muy honrado de poder ser uno de los pocos colombianos graduándome de la universidad. Para honrar mi país y mi cultura, tengo esta faja, representar a nuestra bandera hermosa. Tengo tanto orgullo de ser colombiano, de ser latino y ser parte de Fresno State. La comunidad latina de Fresno es una de las más importantes. Gracias a la universidad, estudiantes han podido seguir adelante y concentrar su futuro en este país. Alexis Beltrán, una graduada latina, comparte cómo su tiempo en la Universidad Estatal de Fresno le ha abierto puertas a muchas oportunidades.
Para mí me hace sentir un gran orgullo ser latina y estar graduando de Fresno State, no nada más para mi familia, sino también para la cultura mexicana y latina en sí. Pienso que es un gran logro, no nada más para la sociedad, también para la comunidad.
Teniendo estudiantes representando tantas culturas latinas es realmente un honor para nuestra universidad.
Como decimos en Colombia, sí se puede y mira, sí se pudo. Estén atentos durante la ceremonia para ver y celebrar los varios estudiantes representando nuestros países latinoamericanos.
A pesar que el número de graduados latinos en los Estados Unidos continúa creciendo, los hombres latinos siguen siendo subrepresentados en los estudios superiores. Yo te presento a 2 estudiantes graduando este mayo rompiendo esa barrera.
La Universidad Estatal de Fresno es conocida por su diversidad de estudiantes y siendo un apoyo para personas de todos los orígenes. 58% de todos los estudiantes del sistema estatal de universidades son latinos, pero los hombres se están quedando atrás. Según EdSource, por cada 100 latinas en la universidad hay solamente 64 latinos que buscan obtener un bachillerato. Jorge Barajas Magdaleno está graduándose este mayo con la carrera de Sociología. Barajas explica lo que significa la graduación para él.
Emocionado y me urge empezar la carrera que tanto aprendí.
La próxima fin de semana yo también rompo esta barrera, con graduarme con 2 carreras, Administración Deportiva y Comunicaciones, en el estadio detrás mío, el Seymour Center.
El número de estudiantes latinos que obtienen su maestría aún es más bajo. Solamente el 30% de estudiantes lo logran. Víctor Martínez Ambriz es uno de ellos que quiere aumentar el porcentaje. Martínez Ambriz explica por qué eligió completar su maestría después de su bachillerato.
Yo entendí que para ganar buen trabajo y ganar las más oportunidades posible, yendo el colegio era una buena oportunidad para hacer todo eso. Para mí, yo siempre sabía que quería ganar mis maestrías.
Hombres latinos como Víctor, Jorge y yo estamos desafiando las estadísticas y abriendo el camino para los que siguen. Y para los que dijeron que no lo íbamos a lograr,
Y sí se pudo.
Y sí se pudo.
Las ceremonias se llevan a cabo el viernes 16 y sábado 17 de mayo. Abraham y Nathan, de vuelta a ustedes en el escritorio de noticias.
Por la primera vez en la historia de Fresno State Focus les traemos una historia en italiano. Il Dipartimento di Italiano ha tenuto la sua prima celebrazione per i laureati di questo anno. Dopo molto impegno, lavoro e tempo, il Dipartimento di Italiano celebrò i suoi laureati con una cerimonia speciale. Avevano musica, cibo, bevande e giochi culturali per gli ospiti.
Il programma di italiano a Fresno State sta crescendo sempre più, siamo passati da 70 a 400 studenti in un anno accademico. Perché? Perché la cultura italiana è la più bella del mondo, ma anche perché offriamo una lista di corsi molto flessibili.
Il Dipartimento di Italiano offrirà diversi corsi per il prossimo semestre scolastico.
La comunidad futbolera de Fresno ha crecido mucho en los últimos años. Una gran razón por este progreso ha sido Fresno Indoor Soccer. La CIDE se ha prestado para el crecimiento de una cultura histórica. Director técnico de la banda y dueño de Soccer Style Jerseys, Marco Antonio Merena, habla solo lo tanto que el lugar ha florecido en un tiempo corto.
Pues ahora sí que para la gente que no conoce de Fresno Indoor, pues vengan a echar una vuelta, buscan equipos, siempre hay un equipo que ocupa jugadores y es un buen lugar para pasar el rato.
Hay varias ligas y divisiones para todos que quieren disfrutar en fútbol. La temporada de la liga empieza de nuevo el próximo fin de semana, entonces hay que encontrar tu equipo. Próximamente en Fresno State Focus regresamos a inglés.
Nuevos dormitorios llegan a Fresno State. Te contaremos cómo podrían afectar el tráfico en la universidad.
Y al regreso les cuento cómo el calor de verano llegará este fin de semana en nuestro enfoque en el clima.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
Buenas tardes, good afternoon, Fresno, and all of you in the Valley. I'm Jarrett Smith with your focus on weather. Taking a look behind me, this is a shot this morning from the Sierra foothills and nice blue skies out. And those temperatures in the morning are getting warmer and warmer, making it for a really nice opportunity to go out, have a cup of coffee to start your morning. Taking a look at the national satellite, we got a lot of action going on around the country right now. We got a lot of moisture in the northeast. We got a lot of moisture down in the Gulf. There's some stuff over the Great Plains, and there's even some scattered showers and thunderstorms over the southwest region. But taking a closer look at home, not much at all, actually. Really nice and clear, and the temperatures are just getting hotter and hotter. And we'll just see how hot they're going to get here in the next couple days. Taking a look at the highs for today. Low 80s in the northern part of the valley, high 80s in the southern part of the valley, and as usual, colder temps up in the foothills and the mountains. Going into tonight's lows, low 50s, northern part of the valley, mid to high 50s in the southern part of the valley. And then looking at that air quality, it's moderate pretty much across the board except in Sequoia National Park, but for this time of year, we're certainly going to take that. And taking a look at that 7-day forecast, we got our first 90s of the year, and it's going to get warmer and warmer, 98, 99, and then nice temperatures for graduation. And for those graduates, I wish you a very nice summer. Now, Joseph, I hear we got somebody really cool in the studio.
So every student who goes to Fresno State has seen our furry mascot in one form or another, but how much do they really know about him? With me today is Victory Bulldog himself and project coordinator Alexis Reynolds. Victor, Alexis, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us, Joseph.
Of course. So can you tell me what Victor's daily life is like?
Yeah, so the great thing about his program is that every day is different. Usually we start with a morning walk, either with myself or with his Victurns. And then we will go to whatever appearance we might have scheduled for that day. Typically they're on campus, but he does get requested quite often throughout the community. And then we'll just have some playtime together. As you can see, he loves attention. So he just wants to play all hours of the day.
What would you say his absolute favorite thing is to do?
Currently it's going to Dutch Bros to get a pup cup. He is obsessed. He can't be weaned off of them. And then second would probably be sunbathing right in front of the house.
Does he have any pet peeves or things that kind of get to him?
Yes, so he actually loves to be the center of attention, which is great for his job. But when we have to do work at the office, he has started to paw at us if we're not paying attention to him. So,
how does Victor tend to react to all the squirrels on campus?
So, it depends. Sometimes if they're far enough away, he'll kind of just sit and admire them. Other times, because they get so close to us, he'll want to play a little game of tag, but I don't think they're very aware that they're in it. So.
Awesome. Well, Alexis, Victor, thank you so much for joining us today. You're such a good boy. Back to you guys at the desk.
Hey, thank you, Joseph. Construction crews are building Fresno State's new dorms right now. Alexis Bruno takes us straight to the construction zone on the corner of Shaw and Cedar Avenue.
Area preparation and construction is what's at the corner of Shaw and Cedar Avenues. A new dorm complex with 228 beds is set to open up for students in the fall of 2026. The 80,000 square foot building will bring an apartment-style housing that is meant for families and upperclassmen. Director of Housing Erin Boley explains what the new housing will look like.
It's going to be a full kitchen, living room, and then it's anywhere from a studio apartment all the way up to 4 bedrooms.
Some framing to the housing project is up. Construction workers are out at the P27 parking lot Monday through Friday, sometimes even Saturdays to get the job done. One student who lives in the dorms now says he would move into the new housing when built.
They seem a lot better than what they have now, because it's instead of it being a typical community double, it would be a family style apartment.
Next February, applications will open for students to apply for the new housing, but rent prices won't be the same as the prices of the dorms now.
An apartment's going to be a little bit more expensive than just a regular room, but we are committed to being the lowest in the CSU system.
All this work behind me is being done for the students, but where is all this money coming from? $33.7 million is coming from the student housing grant. $20 million is coming from the CSU revenue bonds. After the new housing is built, parking lot P27 will remain a resident parking only. Reporting from the construction zone, Alexis Bruno with Fresno State Focus.
Well, Mother's Day is this Sunday, and are you still looking for a gift for Mom? I know I am.
I am too. Alexis Bruno is live at La Boucherie in Field Garden to show us how they're prepping for Mother's Day. Alexis?
Yes, it was pretty packed in here. We just missed a wave of people, but there's no doubt that people keep coming in and out of that door. I'm actually at a French bakery, and they have different cakes, cookies, different pastries all around. I am here with Michelle Valencia. She is one of the leads here. And Michelle, Mother's Day is right around the corner. What are some pastries or treats you guys have for Mother's Day?
Well, this one is the cake that we have on the spotlight for Mother's Day. It's bacon cake, and it's a sponge cake with berry compote and whipped cream cheese. And then we also have cookies and muffins and things like that, and tarts for brunch and stuff like that.
What flavor is that cake?
It's a sponge cake with berry compote and whipped cream cheese filling, and it has lemon mist all over it.
So for Mother's Day, what is the most popular pastry that you guys have?
For Mother's Day, probably our fresh strawberry Danish. It's the most popular one in the summer as well. So for Mother's Day, that one too. Yeah.
And are you guys open during Mother's Day, or do you guys close early maybe?
We're open from 9 to 3, normal Sunday hours. Yeah.
Okay, and it is going to get pretty busy in here. Thank you so much. Live from La Lingerie, Alexis Brito with Fresno State Focus.
Thank you so much, Alexis. Man, I'm hungry. Well, women-centered spaces can be important for uplifting and empowering women. Lisbeth Andres Aguilar found one at the Manchester Mall, and it's called the Bad Girls Market.
Manchester Mall busy? More likely than you think. All thanks to a growing market, Bad Girls Market. Starting in October of 2023, this women-centered market aims to bring baddies together and share an evening of fun and fashion. After feeling like there wasn't enough space for female vendors, BGM was born. Liz Hernandez, co-organizer, felt like
before BGM, it was mostly male dominated. I've been vending for 7 years now, and I've gone to all kinds of markets everywhere, and it's usually male dominated, and it's usually a whole different vibe than this. So I really like it, and I think it is important because the girls are just so supportive to each other, and it's so nice.
this is where it all happens, at the Manchester Mall. Plenty of space for different vendors and activities like tooth gem decorating, tattoos, yoga, piercings, and much more, bringing much needed life here at the mall. Bad Girls Market has built a community from not only the different vendors, but also the event themes. Every month, each market has a different theme. And Eleanor Brown says the theme helps focus creativity.
Helps prompt your creative take on each market. You can kind of tweak it a little bit and kind of cater to that theme, I guess. Like people dress up, which is cute, and participate with the market.
The Bad Girls Market continues to grow every month. And even though it's baddies only, new vendors are always welcome. From the Manchester Mall, Lisbeth Andres Aguilar, Fresno State Focus.
They just announced the next market for May 24th. Stay updated on their Instagram at Bad Girls Market.
More young adults are getting a cancer diagnosis these days.
Vincent Camarillo is here to tell us more about thyroid cancer and his own personal connection to the recovery process.
Well, McKenna, Brian, when someone hears the word cancer related to their health, it can flip their whole world upside down. And for my girlfriend, that's exactly what she went through while also juggling all the responsibilities that we all can relate to as college students.
At just 21 years old, Macy Wood never expected a cancer diagnosis, let alone one that would require surgery to remove an essential part of her body, her thyroid.
It was definitely really tough. The emotional toll of it all was a lot, given the fact that I ended up getting the diagnosis right before we started our spring semester of college. So it kind of just felt like my life was put on pause.
According to the American Cancer Society, nearly 44,000 people are expected to be diagnosed this year, and a growing number are under 40. Experts say this is largely due to improvements in medical capabilities.
All of those improved imaging technologies and the biopsies and all of those procedures, practiced by our healthcare practitioners, they contributing to the higher diagnostic rate in thyroid cancer.
Assistant Professor Dr. Kiwei Lee says the thyroid plays a major role in regulating hormones, metabolism, and energy, so when it's removed, the impact is lifelong. For Macy, it means daily medication and constant monitoring. The diagnosis came at a busy time. Between school, work, and travel, life had to be put on hold while she recovered from surgery and adjusted to a new routine.
A lot of things did have to be rushed, and a lot of things had to come very quick because I was trying to schedule my surgery. I think whenever we finally decided on going forward with the surgery, it was right around midterms. So I had a lot of stress going on, and I was going to have to take 2 weeks off of school.
Despite the challenges, early detection and surgery often lead to high survival rates.
It is very important to note it will not, if handled properly, it will not impact on the life expectancy. People can still have very normal life after having thyroid cancer.
And for survivors like Macy, the message is simple. Pay attention to your body and speak up when something feels wrong.
Constantly getting my blood drawn, checking my thyroid panels, and everything always came back normal. So I think the best piece of advice I can give is to listen to your body.
A personal battle and a powerful reminder that cancer doesn't always wait until you're older.
And seeing her go through this journey really brought a greater sense of reality to diseases like this. And if you're ever concerned about your health, take the time to contact your doctor because you never truly know what could be going on.
Thank you, Vincent, for sharing her story.
Coming up in sports, the Diamond Dogs had a night to remember, but it wasn't just one bat doing all the work. Stay tuned to see how Fresno State stacked up the runs.
And what happens when the final whistle blows and there's no pro career waiting for you? I dive into the reality many college athletes face when the game clock runs out. Stay tuned with Sports with Bianca.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head. Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart.
Got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay.
I got that bulldog spirit.
Down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit.
Down in my toes. Hey.
Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Deep in my heart. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. All over me. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I got that.
I'm Bianca Gonzalez with your focus on sports. Let's start things off with Fresno State baseball. The Diamond Dogs now have 24 wins this season. Last night, Fresno State took a 17-1 win against Cal State Bakersfield. Number 10, Griffin Sotomayor, got the scoring started in the first inning with this home run to put the Dogs on top. With a couple of ducks in the pond for Justin Stransky, he came through with an RBI single, which was soon followed by a double from Cam Schneider to clear the bases for the Dogs. Justin Stransky had a great night, going 3 for 4 with 2 home runs. He talks about his success after the sweep in Nevada.
Yeah, it was a great feeling, especially as a team. We had a rough weekend in Nevada, so good bounce back game for us. Put up a couple lot of runs on the scoreboard, so that was good.
The Dogs had 5 home runs on the night, unbelievable, which is the most they've had against the Roadrunners. The next game will be on Friday at home at San Diego State. First pitch is scheduled for 6 o'clock p.m. Moving on to softball, tonight's starting pitcher, Soraya Neese, is also Mountain West Pitcher of the Year. Congratulations to her. The Lady Dogs take on San Jose State in the first game of the Mountain West tournament in San Diego. First pitch is for 6 p.m. Now let's go talk to Roland to talk football.
Thanks, Bianca. Fresno State football is in the end of their training period, so now student athletes can focus on finals. Student athlete and 3-year starter Jacob Spomer has a recap on spring's development for the offense.
Starting out was a little difficult, but I feel like us, the guys, picked it up throughout practices. And the first couple of practices were a little rough, and we started to see a progress, and the younger guys and older guys come together, and ultimately got better as a unit. And you can see that throughout the spring ball. And once spring ball was over, there's definitely a significance between the first spring practice and the last spring practice.
That was the offensive outlook on spring ball. Now let's take a look at how spring ball went for the defense.
I think on the defensive side of the ball, we executed a lot, and it grew exponentially throughout spring. There's obviously some stuff to clean up, but I think overall, I think we exceeded our expectation, and I'm really excited for fall.
That's your focus on sports. McKenna, back to you.
Thank you, Roland. Well, fewer than 2% of NCAA student athletes go on to the professional world, according to the NCAA. That can haunt many athletes, but I take a look at 2 athletes who are looking on the brighter side.
It's do or die for track athletes when that horn or gun goes off. But how do they continue to push to the finish line, knowing that last line they cross could be their last? Sports like track and field, swimming, softball, and even men's volleyball are not known for creating professional careers after college, unless, however, your talent is Olympic level.
What really motivates me is trying to get a scholarship, mostly since I am a walk-on, but also just the competitiveness that I've had ever since I was a child.
Justice is competing without a scholarship currently, but he is running because he loves it and knows his competitiveness will take him a long way at
Beautiful
competing.
Track behind me, also known as Warmer Dam Field, has only produced 2 All-Americans in Fresno State history. So what happens to the rest who don't make that cut?
That there's no pro league afterwards, it really doesn't faze me because I'm only focused on competing now and winning now.
With the NFL draft concluded, hundreds of players got their names called to continue on the next level, and that includes some Fresno State standouts like Magdalena, Dean Clark, and CV Nomura. But some male athletes who compete in different sports don't get the same luxury.
If I coach, I will keep my kids with the best knowledge and best experience possible. And if I have kids, I will be able to get them crack as soon as they come out of the womb. And I think that's the message at the end of the day. It's just a new generation. And just play for the kids, man.
Now, more than ever, it becomes less about us and all about the future.
92% of athletes go into some form of coaching after their playing careers, according to Catchmark Sports. The end of my playing career came sooner than I expected, but we all try to pass on what we've learned to help others.
Fresno State has different resources available to students, and one of those is the Rec Center. I got a behind-the-scenes look at a cycle group fitness class and how that builds a community on campus. At the Fresno State Recreation Center, there are different group fitness classes students can take for free. Among those is spin class. Good morning. One Fresno State student, Guadalupe Fernandez, has been attending group fitness classes for over 3 years, ever since she was a freshman.
I really like how everybody really motivates you to work out. They're like, oh, you're gonna come to class, you're gonna come to class, and then it really makes me want to come and work out.
At 6:30 a.m. in the aerobic studio, rows of bikes line the back of the class, pedals are pushed as wheels spin, and using this bike, a microphone set, and this stereo system, fitness instructors at the Rec Center are able to create a community. This was Kendall Wall's last class as a fitness instructor since she'll be graduating with her bachelor's degree next week. She shared what her favorite part of teaching was.
The people, I've made so many different friends, and just the people that come to my class every week, I've just built relationships with all of them, and just the love that everyone brings and the enjoyment, and just everyone's excited to be there. That's what I love the most about it.
The group fitness schedule is available on their website or on their Instagram at Fresno State_group fitness, giving students something to do outside of class and maybe even leave their mark.
Journalists and media experts from around the world are in Brussels, Belgium this week for this annual World Press Freedom Day Conference hosted by the United Nations. Students from Fresno State are a part of this global initiative. On Monday, students from Professor Hanayo's Oya's Global Campus class presented virtually at an academic conference hosted by the United Nations Cultural Agency, or UNESCO. They showcased their global newscast projects and research on the challenges and the future of journalism. This is Fresno State's second year presenting at UNESCO. Last year, they went to Chile. This year, Fresno State was the only university with undergrad students presenting. Their presentations was on about the broadcast to a live global audience, actually. Students spent weeks preparing, conducting surveys on key issues facing journalism and artificial intelligence, job security, and media trust.
I'm looking forward to getting to present in front of the UNESCO conference. I think that's really exciting that we've been given this opportunity. And I'm also excited to hear from my fellow students, classmates, what they think about the future of journalism, because the world is changing so much in such a short period of time.
That's really the great opportunity for the student to understand the global initiatives in terms of press freedom and then the journalism.
United States ranks 57th in the world press freedom ranking, 2 spots lower than last year, highlighting why global discussions on journalism are more important than ever.
Well, next week we'll be graduating, so there will not be a newscast.
In fact, there won't be another Fresno State Focus newscast until the fall semester.
Some of our classmates behind these cameras and directing this newscast will be up here next semester, and you'll get to see their work.
Thank you for joining us all spring semester. Happy graduation, everybody. Have a good day. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!